coming in though.
Yeah, you can. I can hear you.
What?
I can hear you now on mute.
Oh, okay.
Hello and welcome into the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. As I gotta adjust our mics, we're a little bit loud here to start, but we have a good matchup here between your Kearney High School Bearcats, sitting about 16th in the PowerPoint rankings. They want to try and get up into that 14 and up spot, I guess you could say, to try and host the first game of districts here in Kearney. And then their opponent in tonight's matchup, the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. 18-3 record, second in PowerPoint standings, second in the state for Class A behind Millard West. And let me tell you, they're a really good shooting team led by Kennedy Williams, averaging 16.2 a game. That's just a lot.
Yeah, it's incredible shooting and just a great season for the Silverhawks coming into this game. They're just littered with talent. And guess what? One senior. So not even a ton of experience on this team. So look out for next year, because if they're good this year, they're going to be even better next year.
100%. As we're getting ready for the national anthem, I'm Asher Salisbury. Hewitt Moyer joining me tonight. I'm doing the pregame show, but then he's going to do everything else from that point forward. But we're going to cut our mics real quick, change our camera angle so you don't see us. And then we'll be back right after the Star Spangled Banner, or the national anthem, either or, I guess, as you're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. As we welcome you back into the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We're getting ready here for the starting lineups, but a little bit about this Lincoln Southwest Silverhawk team, second team in the state, 18-3 record, 13-0 at home, undefeated. That's just dominance at home. And then on the road, 5-3, not the best record on the road.
Yeah, Silverhawks struggled a little bit on the road. And coming into, we've seen this Kearney High gym get pretty rowdy, get pretty hyped. And I mean, if the Bearcats can hang in there, I mean, that could spell trouble for the Silverhawks not playing well on the road.
They need to lean on the home crowd tonight. The Bearcats do. But they're averaging 51.4 a game. The Bearcats averaging 50. I don't see why not. The Bearcats could maybe try and force the upset here and try and get themselves into good standings on those power points.
No, and it was a great showing last week against Lincoln Southeast for the Bearcats. A little bit of a mismatch per se. Bearcats came in as underdogs, and they really put their foot to the pedal and showed them that they could hang with anybody in the state.
As another thing that we'll see in tonight's matchup, Southwest, 30% from the three ball. They're not shooting it very well, but they do shoot a lot of threes. You're going to see this a lot tonight. They're going to drive inside, kick it back out to that wide open shooter along the arc, as it's been their go-to strategy. I've watched my film. Let me tell you that, Hewitt.
It's really been a common theme a lot this year, is that driving in, try to attack the basket, look for maybe a quick layup floater, and if it's not there, kick it out and get your shooters on the perimeter there to knock down the shots. We've seen it in both boys and girls.
Then they're going to try and also benefit with those fast break points. Might see a little bit of a full court trap here early, which that's what Kearney has struggled with a little bit, dealing with that full court trap. As starters for Southwest, you have Brenly Norlinger, Hayden Rathe, Kennedy Williams, she is the one to watch in tonight's contest, Emma Dostal, and then Eleanor Griffin. Those will be your starters for the Silverhawks. And then now starters for your Bearcats. We have number 2, Paige Milan, number 3, Kennedy Gardner, number 13, Harley Straka, number 33, freshman Libby Province. She's gotten the nod from head coach Chris Pocock. And then number 40, Addie Helmbrecht to start for your Kearney High Bearcats.
Libby Province running the point guard after the injury to Kelsey Hatcher. Interim head coach Chris Pocock has had full trust in her to lead these Bearcats for the majority of this season, and she has not disappointed.
Bearcats come in 12-9 on the year, 6-4 at home, 6-4 away, and 0-1 at neutral site. That was at the Hack contest, or the Hack tournament. 16th in PowerPoint rankings, must win if they want a chance to host the first round of district. As I'm going to kick it over to Hewitt. Hewitt, take it away.
As the Silverhawks will win the tip, and that's Williams running the point for the Hawks. And that's going to go out of bounds. Bad pass there off Rath. And Bearcats will gain possession here.
Full court trap, like I said, Hewitt.
Yeah, Silverhawks looking to be aggressive early as Straka drives in and has it blocked.
As we're up and going here quick, two possession in the books. Not a lot of offense here to start.
Yeah, both teams just trying to figure it out here early still, as Silverhawks trying to get it around the perimeter here. Gets it back over to Rath. Rath over to Norlinger. Takes a dribble and is smothering defense there by Province. Gets it inside, kicks it back out. 3 on the way, and that's good by Dostal, knocking down the 3 for the Silverhawks. As we see the full court pressure, Libby Province trying to go coast to coast in the corner for Gardner. Bang! If you ain't first, you're last, says Kennedy Gardner. She's getting it started here early from 3 for the Bearcats.
You're hyped, Hewitt.
Yeah, we're getting excited. It's senior night.
It is. The answer back from Gardner.
And that's going to be a foul on, I believe, Addie Helmbrecht. That'll be her first.
Eleanor Griffin to shoot for the Silverhawks. Lefty, first one up and good from the line.
Silverhawks take a 4-3 lead here.
As that one rattles just out. Rebounded by Milan.
Province now with the ball, taking it up the court. That tough defense by the Silverhawks as Straka throws it out, swinging it around, gets it over to Milan. Milan puts up the 3. She gets it to go! Paige Milan! And the Bearcats firing on all cylinders here early.
Oh my goodness, Bearcats can't miss from behind the arc as that is up and no good by Williams.
Rebounded by Province. Province bringing it up the court, excuse me.
Providence, Rhode Island.
As Gardner gets it to Straka. Straka over back over to Province. Back to Straka. Straka tries her hand at the 3. Not quite, off the mark. As Silverhawks will bring it back up the court. Gets it over to Norlinger. Tough defense by Straka, swatting it out of bounds.
Fast-paced game here. Hewitt, 2 minutes in, 6-4. We might have a real barn burner on our hands.
Barn burner brewing indeed. As up and under and that is good by Williams.
Kennedy Williams, one really good player for Southwest, only senior too.
Yeah, look for the Silverhawks to lean on her for that experience, as that's going to be a turnover there for the Cats. Harley Straka, pressure getting to her, as Williams will bring it up the court now for the Silverhawks, tied, 6-6. So they get it over now to Rath. Rath inside to Williams, back out. Driving in, still trying to find that perimeter, over to Norlinger, back over to Rath. And that ball's tipped by Gardner. 10 to shoot now for the Silverhawks. Williams looking to do something. Guarded by Straka. And that's going to be a foul on the floor by Straka, and that's going to reset the game or the shot clock.
That was not a foul that you wanted, especially since the shot clock was at 3 seconds, and Southwest, they were a little bit out of system.
Yeah, I mean, you played great defense for 32 seconds, and now you give the Silverhawks a fresh shot clock. Not something you want to do if you're the Cats. Give this Silverhawk team too many extra possessions.
You say Bearcats, I say Cats. Or wait, no. I say Bearcats, you say Cats. Flipped it around a little bit.
As they get it over to Norlinger, back, trying to work that perimeter floater, and that one's in and out. Rebounded and tipped away. Rebounded by Franzen.
She just checked into the game at the timeout, or at the foul, sorry.
At the foul,
not timeout.
As Province now brings it up the court, tries to drive, steps back out of it, gets it over to Milan. Milan at the top of the key, directing traffic, looks to drive, gets it over to Gardner. Gardner on the drive, and that's going to be a jump ball, and it will remain Kearney basketball.
The man-to-man defense of the Silverhawks is proving just tough to get through.
Yeah, Bearcats haven't had a lot of opportunities to drive the ball, as that's going to be another jump ball, and this one's going to go to the Silverhawks. Turnover there for the Bearcats as they inbound it. Williams will bring it up the court for the Hawks. Gets it around to Dostal. Dostal inside, back out to Williams, and her three is off the mark. Paige Milan looking to push pace. Milan slows it back down, gets it over to Straka. Oh no, it's stolen away by Norlinger. Looking to push pace, and Williams, and that's going to be a charge, offensive foul on Williams.
Harley Straka leads the team in charges. She averages about 1.5 a game.
Yeah, really, it's kind of scary. You have to step inside, take a hit, put your body out on the line to try to draw the foul, as Kira Dutenhofer will sub in for the Bearcats.
Crowd loves Kira Dutenhofer, as Southwest is going to show this full court trap again.
As no problem for Province, as she gets around it, driving in, off the glass, no good. Dutenhofer fighting for a rebound, but it is rebounded by the Hawks. As that ball is tipped, but they get it back over.
Southwest is playing a little bit nervous here to start. They haven't had quite as clean of possessions. They've had quite a few tip balls and just a little bit out of system. They look a little rushed.
Yeah, the Bearcats really doing a good job on defense, not giving them too many free possessions, as that's going to be a foul. And one, count the bucket for Williams, as that's Franzen's first foul.
That'll send Williams to the line to try and complete the and one chance.
Silverhawks leading 8-6, 3:10 left to play in this opening quarter.
Addie Snyder checked in for the Bearcats. Bearcats need an answer.
Yeah, Bearcats, they've gotten the stops on defense, but just haven't been efficient on offense quite yet, as they get it back over to Province, back over the timeline. That trap is really working well for the Hawks, and that's going to force Coach Pocock to take a timeout. And we're going to take a timeout here, too. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Hello and welcome back to Kearney High. You are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. 2:57 left to play in this opening quarter. Kira Dutenhofer to inbound the ball for the Cats. She gets it to Snyder. Snyder over to Franzen, looks at the three, decides not to. Gets it back over to Milan to the top of the key. Working the offense now, gets it to Province. Province dribbling, 9 to shoot now. Gets it over to Kira. Kira driving in, and she gets it to fall. Kira Dutenhofer for 2.
That stops the Southwest run, but that will be a foul on Milan. That's her first. That's going to send Ansley Throner to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Silverhawks look to push pace there, and we're just able to catch the Bearcats off guard a little bit, force a foul as she knocks home the first, extending the lead by 2.
Second one up and no good. It's batted around. Oh, it falls to Southwest. It falls to Griffin.
Griffin with the rebound, and that's going to be, excuse me, I can't. Snyder knocking it out of bounds. Couldn't see who it was.
We're trying to run stats and game at the same time. It's tough.
Yeah, as Silverhawks now back in possession. Get it inside. Looking to drive. Kicks it back out. 3 on the way. In and out.
Oh, Southwest going to come up with it again. Williams with the rebound.
Another 3 from Southwest. No good. And it's rebounded by Paige Myland. Oh, my goodness. I cannot speak as Province will bring it back up to bring it up the court for the Bearcats. And that's going to be a foul on number 11, Throner, for the Southwest Silverhawks. Asher, this is my first game doing play-by-play for
the girls.
The girls.
I can take over if you need to. I've done it. You've done a lot of the boys' games.
I know. I think I got it as Milan gets it over to Province. Province driving in, open lane, and in and out. That's one you want to have back if you're a Bearcat fan. As Silverhawks looking to push pace here, slows it back down. Gets it back over to Williams. Williams swings it around the perimeter. Silverhawks looking for a opening here, maybe drive. Takes a deep shot there, and that one is good. Stauffer to knock it down for the Silverhawks, extending the lead to 5. 1:20 left to play here in the opening quarter. Gets it to Snyder. Snyder to Kira in the lane, off the window, no good. Dutenhofer off the mark. As Silverhawks looking to push pace, Williams on the drive, still has it in the quarter, stolen away by Province. She gets it. Looking to push pace now for the Bearcats.
Use the fast break points.
Something the Bearcats have done well this season with, as that will be Paige Mylan for up and under for 2. 13-10, 45 seconds to play in the quarter. And the Silverhawks will answer right back with a layup of their own. Province looking to bring it up the court. Silverhawks have been really aggressive on defense. Maybe not total full court trap, but just playing a deep 1-3-1 it looks like. And Province trapped, and that's going to be a travel. Another turnover for the Cats. About 24 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Silverhawks lead the Bearcats 15-10.
As Kennedy Gardner, Addie Helmbrecht will check back in, as it'll be Milan and Franzen to head to the bench for the Bearcats. Shot clock has gone dark.
We'll see if the Silverhawks can extend this lead going into the second quarter. Kind of put a little bit of a flurry in scoring the last minute and a half here, as Norlinger gets it to Williams. Good defense on the perimeter. Gets it, lets the 3 fly, and that's going to be no good. And they're going to call, it's going to be off the Silverhawks inbound. Less than a second left. And the Cats will just inbound it and take it to the second. Silverhawks lead the Bearcats 15-10 at the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a break here You're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Hello and welcome back to Kearney High School, home of the Bearcats. You're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We had a little bit of an update here. Harley Straka kind of went to the bench a little shaken up. She's still on the sideline holding her hip.
Her right hip. She's gotten ice. She looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely something to watch for if you're a Bearcats fan. Straka, one of the leaders on this Bearcat
Is the
offense.
leading scorer, averaging 8.8 a game.
Yeah, just a dynamic playmaker too, and a senior. You want to lean on that experience, especially when you're playing a team like Southwest. As Province, and we got a stoppage in play.
Shot clock did not start.
Seems like a occurrence every game we have here, at least once.
The joys of having a shot clock in high school basketball. They're going to move it to 30 seconds, so -2.
It will be Milan to inbound to Province. Province at the top of the key, looks to drive. Driving in on Williams, and that's going to be stolen away by the Hawks. Hawks looking to push the pace as the Bearcats will stop the ball. Norlinger looking to run the offense. Gets it over to Williams. Williams letting the play develop here. Gets it back over to Rath. Rath surveys the defense. Someone fell down. That's Williams. Rath at the top of the key. 10 to shoot now. Norlinger gets it over to Williams. Williams dribbles, takes a dribble, shoots the deep three, and that's no good. But an offensive rebound by the Hawks, and Williams ends up coming up with it, drives through the lane, tries to drive through 5 defenders as Province steals it away. She's looking to go coast to coast, and that's just off the front iron. Province looking to do it all, but just missing the shot at the end.
Couple of those just easy up and ins haven't gone in favor of the Bearcats.
There's been a few. I think 3 at least. Something you want back if you're a Bearcat fan, as they're running the 3-2 zone, are the Bearcats. As Rath surveys the defense, Williams will pull another 3, and that's off the mark. Rebounded by Milan. Province takes it up the court again. Williams awaits. Gets it to Gardner. Gardner takes it back to the top. Over to Snyder. Snyder spinning, puts it up, and that one will fall. 15-12 with Addie Snyder getting her first points of the contest.
As Williams, she's got 4 on the night, but she is 0 for 4 from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, a little bit out of character. As good of a player as she is, as the Hawks will try to drive in, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Paige Milan. It's going to be her second. Oh, excuse me, it's going to be on Kennedy Gardner. Both were there.
Both teams have played a clean game so far. 5 fouls in between both teams, which not a lot of stoppage of play. We're going at record pace here.
Yeah, rolling right along as Dostal knocks down the first. 16-12, 6 minutes left to play in the first half. As Dostal off the mark, rebounded by Milan. See what the Bearcats get a little bit of offense going. They've kind of gone in spurts. Haven't been able to chain a couple of points together.
Basketball is a game of runs.
It is. As Gardner gets it to Helmbrick. Helmbrick looking for someone to pass it to. And they get it over to Milan. Milan pulls up a deep three, just off the mark, but rebounded by Snyder. Gets it over to Province. Province spinning, no one guarding her, and that is off the mark. Rebounded again by Snyder, off the mark. But another third offensive rebound, and that's going to be a foul. Offensive rebounds win basketball games, and that was a great possession there. If you don't quite get the first shot, just rebound it, kick it back out.
But with it being a 4-point game, the Bearcats need to capitalize on those second chance points. 3 shots and couldn't get any of them to fall.
No, not. They're going to have to look for a score here as Milan gets it over to Gardner, pulls a deep three off the front iron. That will be no good, and it's rebounded by the Silverhawks. As that is Dostal. They get it over to, and that 3 ball is good from Griffin. That will extend the lead to 7. As the Bearcats looking to push pace. No travel called. The Silverhawk bench wanted it. Province. Pass goes out of bounds. Looking for Helmbrick. Sophie Glenn going to sub into the game. And Kira Dutenhofer going to sub into the game for the Bearcats.
Bearcats need to get on a run here.
Yeah, again, they've slowed this Silverhawk offense considerably, but they just haven't been able to score points of their own. As Sophie Glant is guarding Griffin. Norlinger gets it over to Williams. Inside to Dostal, back over to Norlinger. She puts up the 3, and that one will go. Another 3 from the Silverhawk offense, and they're looking to full court press as they get it to Province. Province trying to drive in between a couple defenders, and she is fouled, and that's going to be 2 for Province. Bearcats needed that. Slow the pace down a little bit, get to the free throw line, try to cut this lead going into halftime. 4:21 to play in the quarter. Province to shoot 2.
Bearcats now find themselves down 9, though.
And that is Libby Province's first points of the game. As she knocks the first one down and gets the second one to fall.
Got the lucky bounce off the front of the rim. As there is a timeout on the court. We're going to take that timeout as well. As you're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Hello and welcome back to the Kearney High School. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. The Southwest Silverhawks lead your Kearney High School Bearcats 22-14. 4:21 left to play in the second quarter.
This has been a fast-paced game. We're only 20 minutes in from opening tip, and we're almost to halftime.
Yeah, not a lot of stoppages played, not a lot of timeouts.
Not a lot of fouls either.
No, both teams playing really clean. Only a couple free throws as Libby Province knocked down the last couple free throws for the Bearcats.
That's announcer's curse, Hewitt. Next time they're going to go to the line, they're going to miss them.
Oh, man. I don't know. Libby Province, she's going to get hot. I can feel it.
She's going to have a good game. Is that what you're calling right now, Hewitt?
I am. As the Silverhawks drive the ball in, and that's going to be a foul on the Bearcats. I didn't see who that was on. It's going to be on Sophie Glant, her first.
She just checked into the game, too.
Williams to inbounds. Inbound for the Silverhawks. Get it over to Norlinger. Back to Williams. Williams guarded by Province. Back over to the top of the key goes Norlinger. Gets it to Thorner driving in, back to Norlinger. As that is Rath to Norlinger to Williams. Silverhawks just trying to get it around the perimeter. 10 to shoot now. As Williams they keep just trying to find some kind of opening, get it finally inside, and that's going to be a foul. Beautiful offense there by the Silverhawks. Just keep swinging it, try to find the opening, and the Bearcats, again, another 30 seconds of, another good 30 seconds of defense, but just not able to come up with a stop.
As that's Sophie Gland's second foul of the contest.
Yeah, 2 quick back-to-back fouls there. As Wells knocks the first one down to extend the lead to 9.
As one thing Southwest is doing really well, though, is they're moving the ball around. Almost every single player on Southwest's roster is in the scoring column.
Yeah, they've really been just distributing the scoring distributing the scoring well, really making the Bearcats defend everybody and using all of the shot clock.
As Southwest did call off the full court trap, up 10, about 3:30 before halftime.
We'll see if the Bearcats can take advantage. As Milan up and under the lane, and that one, another open layup. That is 4 points now, or 4 baskets that the Bearcats have just kind of given up there as crowd wanted to travel. Silverhawks driving in. That's off the glass and no good, but that one's going to fall for Wells as the Silverhawks go up 26-14 with 3 minutes to play.
Got her own putback.
Yep. Those second chance points. Province at the logo. Drives to her right. Gets it over to Milan. Looks for the 3. Decides not to shoot it. Over to Snyder. Snyder on the drive. And that one looked like it had gotten tipped. Tough shot there. As Williams looking to push the pace. Drives in on Province. And Province says, "No, sir." Blocks it away. Maddie Province playing with some heart. She did against Southwest. She doesn't care. She's maybe not the biggest player on the court. And that's going to be Williams with the and 1.
Maybe that was a little bit of karma there, Hewitt.
Yeah.
As that foul was on Libby Province, and that will send Kennedy Williams to the line. Try and complete this and 1. She's got 7 on the night. Try and make it 8. Southwest leading scorer. As that one does ring true.
29-14, Bearcats scoreless after the timeout. Need something to stop the Southwest run. Province brings it up the court. Surveys the defense. And gets it over to Snyder. Snyder to Milan. Milan to Gardner. This man-to-man defense proving tough. As Province tries to put up the floater, no good. And that one is rebounded, by the Silverhawks. Trying to push the pace. Wells driving in on Snyder. Up and under, no good. Rebounded by Addie Helmbrick. Bearcats just looking for something to stop the bleeding here going into halftime.
They need to stop that 13-2 run.
As Milan puts up a 3, and that will do it. That's big for the Bearcats. They needed that. Paige Milan from the corner cuts the lead now down to 12.
As that was a must-have bucket for the Bearcats, as that will go out of bounds. They'll stay down with the Silverhawks.
Silverhawks going to retain possession here. About 1:24 to play in this first half. Bearcats have hung in there, but they just need a few more buckets to try to really close this gap.
12-point deficit is what they find themselves at right now. Is that almost up and good by Griffin?
Griffin was driving in on Helmbrick, but gets denied. But it will be Southwest ball. Norlinger to inbound.
Shot clock does reset.
As they get it to Rath, and that three is off the mark. Rebounded by Milan. And that's Snyder driving in, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Rath.
That's going to be her first of the game. 1 minute, 4 seconds left here. Second quarter action in Kearney. One more foul for the Bearcats. That'll send the Silverhawks to the line.
You kind of jinxed them. You were saying they were playing a pretty clean game, both teams, but
I guess.
both teams nearing the bonus here, and that's going to be another foul, and that's the fourth for the Silverhawks. So next foul will send either team to the free throw line shooting 2. See if the Bearcats can take advantage of that. Again, a new rule, 5 fouls in a quarter will give them, send either team to the double bonus. As a deep pass there by Province, gets it to Gardner. Gardner to Murray. And that has it stolen away. Throner on the drive. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Murray. That will be Josie Murray's first personal. And, yep, going to the line will be number 11, Throner, for the Silverhawks. Off the mark on the first.
1 and 3 on the night for Throner.
Silverhawks substitution number 3, Chloe.
As Throner looks to knock down the second here. And she does. Extends the lead, 30-17 Silverhawks. 50 seconds to play in the first half. Province brings it up the court now. Looks to drive, spinning, kicks it out to Milan. Milan on the drive now, back to Province. Province brings it around, gets it to Gardner. Gardner open 3, off the mark, but rebounded by Helmbrick. Murray with the ball, trying to find someone open, gets it to Helmbrick, and she just loses the handle on it, and that's going to go out of bounds. Another good look at a bucket there. Helmbrick's able to corral that one. 23.4 remaining in the first quarter. Silverhawks lead 30-17. Shot clock has gone dark. Williams to bring the ball up the court for the Hawks. Look for them to go to her within the waning moments of the second quarter. Williams letting the clock tick to 10. Kicks it out. That ball is no good. Rebounded by Province. 4 seconds to go. Province looking to push pace. Half court heave. And just short. As the Silverhawks from Lincoln Southwest will take a 30-17 lead over your Kearney High School Bearcats into halftime. You are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Hello and welcome into the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. We have a little halftime show here. I was gonna say up in our commentary, our box, but we're not really in a box. We're just in a concourse.
On the concourse.
On the concourse here in the Kearney High Gymnasium. But Hewitt, what have you noticed here? First half action, Southwest versus Kearney.
One thing that's really stuck out to me has been the missed opportunities for the Bearcats. A lot of open layups. They've had their shots, but they just haven't gotten some of these to fall. And we were talking about it at the break, like a couple of those layups to fall, and they're right in this game. But instead, it's a 13-point lead for the Silverhawks.
If my math is correct, I believe it's 4, maybe 5 missed easy up and ins off the glass. But another thing, Southwest, you can't hate on them because they're making shots. They're just playing the better basketball right now.
I mean, you said they average about 50 points a game. Right now, they're on track to score 60. So they've definitely been able to be efficient on the offensive floor. But like the Bearcats, again, they're in this game. So look for Coach Pocock to make some adjustments at halftime, and the Bearcats to come out with a different energy than they were in the first half.
They need to try and stop the shooting of Kennedy Williams. She has got, let's see here, 8 on the night, all from the inside. And then it's just drawing. It's been troublesome for the Bearcats. You want to know why? Because they're so focused on her inside that they're leaving a man wide open behind the three-point arc. She just drives in, kicks it out. I said that in pregame. It still is happening.
Yeah, Williams was struggling from beyond the arc, but she's found ways to be efficient, to score points inside the paint, and that just shows how good of a player she really is.
And then they also need to get on the boards more. Emerson Wells, she's got 4 rebounds on the day. They just need to try and get on that defensive rebound and stop letting these second chance points for the Silverhawks happen.
Yeah, Bearcats going to need to do a better job of rebounding. They had that one possession with a couple offensive rebounds, but really not a whole lot of points to show for these. So
100% as we're getting ready for second half action. Your Kearney High School Bearcats versus the second-ranked team in the state, the Southwest Silverhawks, as I'm going to kick it back over to Hewitt. You're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
It's going to be Silverhawk ball to start the second quarter, and Williams is going to run the offense. Zeke gets it to Norlinger, gets it Silverhawks. Griffin pulls a 3 from the corner, and it's going to be rebounded by the Bearcats. Province going to bring it back up the court for the Bearcats, looking to get something going out of half. Gets it over to Milan. Milan back to Helmbrick at the top. Over to Milan. Milan will pull the 3, and that's off the mark, but rebounded by Addie Helmbrick, and she's going to be fouled and going to the line to shoot 2.
There we go. Like we said at halftime, they need to get on the boards.
A great offensive rebound there, and look at that, taking advantage of it. See if she knocks her free throws down. First one is on the way, and it is good.
Her first points of the night.
That is what the Bearcats needed. As Helmbrick's second is good. Both of them money. Williams takes it up the court for the Hawks. Gets it over to Rathy, directing traffic to Norlinger. Inside to Williams, loses the handle on it, and it's stolen away by Gardner.
That was a nice pass, though.
Yeah, just not able to corral it as Providence gets it over to Helmbrick. Now Helmbrick to Snyder. Snyder spinning, and blocked away, but she corrals it herself, and that's going to be rebounded by Griffin. Silverhawks looking to go fast. And, miscommunication there, but the Hawks still retain possession.
Griffin has done a nice job on the boards tonight. She is the tallest Silverhawk player.
Yeah, really doing work, getting those rebounds. Well, thought about the 3 there, but decides not to take it. Gets it to Norlinger. Norlinger back over to Rathie. And that's going to be a foul on Addie Helmbrick. That will be her second.
That's going to send Hayden Rathie to the line. No, not number 10, number 4. I couldn't see the jersey number.
Yeah, I thought it was Rathie for a second, but
I thought it was too.
Brenly Norlinger misses the first. 30-19, Silverhawk lead, 6:20 left to play in the third quarter as she's going to knock down the second. Bearcats have cut the lead to 12, but still haven't had that momentum swing that they've been looking for. As Bearcats looking around the perimeter, gets it back to Province. Province on the drive. Back over to Snyder. Snyder looks to drive in, gets it over to Province. Province back to Helmbrick. Thought about the three. And that one's going to be off the mark.
Kind of reached the end of the shot clock. Kind of just had to throw it up there, but that's stolen by Helmbrick. Up to Province now, a little fast break chance.
And Gardner is going to be off the mark there. Williams looking to push pace. Williams surveys the defense. Silverhawks still working the perimeter. Griffin over to Williams. Williams on the drive. And that one's going to be no good, and that's going to be a jump ball there. A lot of ball movement there. I wasn't able to mention the shot clock wearing down for the Bearcats. As another empty possession for the Silverhawks. Let's see if the Bearcats can take advantage.
3 minutes down here, third quarter action. Bearcats, they try and mount a comeback. 4-possession game against the second team in the state.
We've seen them do it before. They've been able to come back from down quite a bit. Saw it a lot in that Beatrice game, down 8, came back.
And the Lincoln Southeast game where they knocked off the 8th-ranked team in the state.
They can play with anybody.
Especially here at home.
As that three is going to be off the mark for Milan, and Helmbrick not able to save it. Hawks looking to push pace. Williams gets it over to Rathie, and she's going to put it up and in. Hayden Rathie extends the lead to 14.
Good little drive, then floater.
Great shot there as Province looks to drive, gets it to Milan, thought about the three, decides not to take it. Inside with Helmbrick, and she puts it in for 2.
As now Southwest is going to push pace. Now they're going to slow it up as we go. 4 minutes left, third quarter.
Silverhawks still looking around that perimeter. Gets it inside to Griffin, driving, and that's going to be a foul on
Addie Helmbrick. That's going to be her third.
Foul trouble for Helmbrick early in the second half. As, we see Franzen looking to sub in. And Griffin will knock down her first. Subs coming in for the Bearcats, Kira Dutenhofer and Avery Franzen. And Gardner and Helmbrick will sit.
As Harley Straka has not checked back into the game.
That was something I noticed. Yeah, still getting tended to that hip, as that free throw is no good.
Tough way to end senior night here in Kearney.
As Bearcats puts the three off the front iron again. Silverhawks driving, and that's no good. Griffin with the rebound. Williams for a deep three. That's off the back and rebounded by Province. Bearcats look to set up the offense here as Province drives in, and that's no good. Tipped around, rebounded by Griffin.
Griffin has dominated the boards this quarter. She's got 5.
Griffin really coming alive here in the third quarter. 3 minutes to play now. Silverhawks lead 34-21. Williams swings it. That's Stauffer over to Griffin, back to Williams. 9 to shoot now for the Silverhawks. Inside, kicks it back over to Griffin. Griffin 4 to shoot, fading away, and that is no good, and that's gonna be out of bounds on the Silverhawks. Good defense there by the Bearcats.
They've held the Silverhawks to 4 this quarter, but they also haven't had the greatest shooting quarter.
No, only 4 for them as well. So
started out really well first quarter. They had 12, then 5, and then 4 this quarter. Maybe cooling off a little bit as maybe not. Addie Snyder gets it to kiss off the glass as that'll be a timeout by head coach Chris Pocock. You're watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
welcome back to Kearney High School. You are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. The Southwest Silverhawks lead the Kearney High Bearcats 34-23, 2:14 left to play in the third quarter. As the Bearcats set up in
3-2 zone.
3-2 zone.
We haven't seen this a whole lot from the Bearcats. They're usually in that man-to-man 2-3 zone. We saw the 2-3 zone against Beatrice and Lincoln Southeast, but those teams are predominantly three-point shooting teams.
Yeah, we'll see if the Bearcats switch it up. It looked like they had a 1-3-1 set up, but dropped back into a 3-2 as that is going to kick out to Williams. Williams puts up the 3. That's no good. Another offensive rebound, though, by the Silverhawks. Williams tripped up there by Franzen. Ball's on the floor.
As they're going to call a jump ball, it'll stay with the Silverhawks.
That's going to be Silverhawk basketball. Williams to inbound.
11-point game. Bearcats can't quite get over that hump as that's stolen away by Snyder. Skip pass up to Province. As Province, little jump stop, gets the layup to fall. They needed that. Now it's a single-digit lead.
That is what the Bearcats needed. A great steal. Crowd getting behind them a little bit here. Good defense by the Cats. Silverhawks looking to respond now. Gets it around the perimeter. Back to Williams at the top of the key. Inside now. Go the Hawks. Back out. Gets it over to Norlinger in the corner. Directing traffic. Gets it back to the top of the key. Over to Williams. To Norlinger across the way. 8 to shoot. Deep 3 there. And that's good. Colin Stauffer for the Silverhawks.
Her second 3-ball of the night.
As the Bearcats look to respond to that 3, kind of stifled the momentum a little bit. 40 to play, mid-range jumper off the mark, chases, gets her own rebound, and that's gonna be stolen away by Williams. Williams steps around, and that is good. Beautiful move there. And the Silverhawks will take a timeout. We're gonna stay right here. 39-25, 28 to shoot. As the Silverhawks kind of went on a little bit of a flurry there.
100%. I think it was all in part of Kennedy Williams.
Yeah, really just directing the offense, and again, on that fast break, stepping around Province, getting the up and under to go to extend the lead to 14. Just when the Bearcats had a little bit of momentum, got a little bit of a small run of their own, but Silverhawks extinguishing the flame pretty quickly.
I think Williams is starting to warm up a little bit from her little bit of a shooting slump, I guess we could say. She's got 10 on the night, leading Southwest, but Southwest, once again, they have kind of shared the ball around. they have only 3 players not in the scoring chart for them.
But that's what separates good players from great players. And Kennedy Williams is a great player. Maybe she's not shooting the great, but she's finding ways to get buckets. As the Bearcats look to try to respond, as Dutenhofer's shot goes no good. 12 to play here. Shot clock has gone dark. Silverhawks look to put an exclamation point on this run in the corner, and that is good. Hayden Rathie at the buzzer, and that will extend the lead for 42 to 25, I believe. 39, 30, oh yeah, there it is, 42-25. Sends the lead to 17 going into the 4th quarter. You are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back to the Kearney High School, about to start 4th quarter action here on the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, as the Southwest Silverhawks, the number 2 team in the state, lead your Kearney High School Bearcats 42 to 25.
The Southwest Silverhawks all going through Kennedy Williams at the point guard, but she has gotten it done. She hasn't had the greatest shooting night, but she has persevered. She's had, I believe it's 6 assists. She's just sharing the ball, and when you're not shooting it the best, that's what you need to do, is just pass it around to your team.
Yeah, really taking that leadership role as the one and only senior on this roster, and using that experience. Hey, maybe I'm not shooting well, but we're going to get everybody else involved, and I'm going to find buckets different ways. And that is what the Southwest team has really thrived on this year as well. She hasn't yes, she's the leading scorer, but hasn't dominated the entire team. Just a great overall player. As that's going to be a second foul there by the Silverhawks. It's going to be on number 21, Emma Dostal, as Helmrich gets it to Province. Bearcats need something here. Milan for 3. That will do it. 3-pointer. That will 42-28. Paige Milan.
Maybe that will get the Bearcats going here in the 4th quarter. Try and mount this comeback down 14.
As Williams up and under, and that is good. Kennedy Williams. Libby Province takes it up court for the Bearcats now. Looks, gets it to Milan. Milan kind of directing traffic there. Province brings it to the top of the key. Kennedy Gardner over to Snyder. Snyder back to Gardner. Silverhawks just not letting anything inside, as Milan tries to get it inside there to Snyder, but Silverhawks deny it. 6 to shoot as Gardner puts up a 3, and that is good. Kennedy Gardner for 3, 44-31.
2 quick 3 balls by the Bearcats might make this a little bit interesting coming down the stretch.
They're going to need something big here, as that is going to be an and one, not something you want to see as a Bearcat fan. Great play inside, and that is Emma Dostal going to the line, going to be shooting 1. 46-31.
As that was Paige Milan's second.
As Dostal looks to cash in on the 3-point play. Off the mark there on the free throw, as Helmbrich with the rebound. Province brings it up the court now, down 15. Snyder over to Milan. Milan surveys. They get it over to Gardner now. 13 to shoot to Province. Province on the drive, tries to shoot over, and that will go. Libby Province there for her 4th points of the night. And a quick response there by the Silverhawks. They will not let the Bearcats get back into this game, as Province slows the offense, tries to set it up. Drives, left-handed shot, and that will go. Libby Province with 6 now. 48-35, 5:27 to play. Silverhawks looking to extend the lead now. Williams surveying over to Griffin on the other end. Griffin on the drive, back to the middle to Norlinger. That goes to Raffy. Silverhawks working the perimeter. 7 to shoot now. In the corner is Raffy, and that is off the mark, rebounded by Snyder. 5 to play here. Bearcats could cut it to 10 with a 3.
They're still in this game with 4:45 left.
Especially with that, and that's going to be a miscommunication there.
Spoke too soon, maybe, Hewitt.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication as subs come in for the Hawks. It's going to be Hayden Raffy to inbound, as Kennedy Williams will bring it up the court, looking to extend that Silverhawk lead. And Abby Snyder trying to get a steal there, knocks it out of bounds. As Kennedy Williams just swinging around Raffy, back to Williams. And that ball is going to go out of bounds, going to be Bearcat basketball. 4:22 to play, 48-35 your score. As Province will take it up the court now, nearing the halfway mark in this 4th quarter. Snyder to Province. Province takes a few steps there. Crowd wanted to travel from the Southwest fans. And that is going to be off the mark for Province. Hawks looking to push pace. Gets it over to Williams. Silverhawks put up a 3, and that will go. Couldn't see who that was. Colin Stauffer, 51-35. As Milan thought about the 3, gets it over to Franzen now. Franzen on the drive to Province. Province over to Snyder. Snyder dribbling in on Williams, and ball is on the floor as Williams gets it up the court, and Stauffer, off the mark on the layup. Gets her own rebound though, and that's tipped around by the Bearcats, and it's going to be out of bounds, and it will remain Silverhawk basketball. Griffin will sub back in for the Silverhawks, leading by 16 against your Kearney High School Bearcats. 3:17 remaining in the contest. Williams at inbound. Norlinger for, they're going to say a 3, as that extends the lead to 19.
The Silverhawks are slowly starting to pull away.
Yeah, Bearcats with a little bit of momentum, but Silverhawks just started scoring in a hurry. As Province looking, trying to find someone open. Smothering defense there as she finally gets it over to Milan. Milan looking. Again, 5 to shoot now for the Bearcats, and that's going to be no good. Go out of bounds as the Silverhawks will take over. And that will be a timeout from the Silverhawks. We're going to take a timeout here too. You are watching the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank.
Hello and welcome back to the Bearcat Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. What are you laughing about?
He stole my line.
I think it's any announcer's line, actually. We have to say it.
Exactly. Got to make the sponsors happy.
Yes, we don't have our advisor here, Mr. Goff, or else he would tell you all about him. But we're going to go right back to the game. Hewitt, back to you.
Silverhawks looking to extend the lead here on the Bearcats as defense by Dutenhofer on Griffin. Gets it over to Williams. Swing it back inside to Williams. And that's going to be a foul on Dutenhofer. That will be Dutenhofer's first.
That's going to send Eleanor Griffin to the line. She's got 5 points on the night. She has done work down low in the post. She's got 6 rebounds.
She knocks home the first. And Griffin's second is good. Province will take it up the court for the Bearcats, trailing 21 by 21. 2:10 left to play. As Dutenhofer gets it to Province. Province looks back to Dutenhofer, over to Franzen now. Ava Sheldon subbed into the game. Another one of the seniors on this Bearcat roster.
Here on senior night.
Yep. On the floor for the Bearcats is Kira Dutenhofer, Josie Murray, Avery Franza, Ava Sheldon, all seniors, and Libby Province, the freshman. As Dutenhofer gets it into Province. Province loses the handle, and that ball is going to be no good, but a foul.
What a pass by Province, though.
I know, tight window, gets it into Sheldon.
That looked like a no-look. Like, it was just right over her shoulder.
Yeah, great pass there. Province is going to turn into a really good point guard by the time she's a senior.
Especially teaming up with Kelsey Hatcher.
Yeah, next year that's going to be probably one of the top duos in Class A. As Sheldon was off the mark on her first. And knocks home the second. 56-36 your score, 1:45 left to play. And that is stolen away by Province. Province driving, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by the Silverhawks. Bearcats going to retain possession here. 1:35 left to play now, as the Bearcats will inbound underneath the basket. Province will sub out Mary Weber. No, excuse me, not Mary Weber. That is number 30. I do not know who that is.
Number 30?
On Kearney.
Number 31.
Yeah.
Number 31, that's Elena Janacek.
Yep.
And we still have an old roster because Mary Weber is wearing number 30, but she's number 20 on here.
That's what I was trying to
Maybe it is those Kearney Tackles Cancer jerseys, though.
That's what I was trying to figure out, because Mary Weber is normally number 20 and is on my roster here. Sophie Glant will knock down her first. And that ball is good. 56-38, 1:20 left to play. Bearcats in the double bonus. Silverhawks looking to chew the clock a little bit here on this possession. Swings it around the perimeter. Gets it inside now, and that's going to be blocked away. Sheldon comes up with it. Gets it over to Murray. Murray to Weber. Back to Murray. Inside to Glant, and that's going to be tipped away. stolen by the Silverhawks. Under a minute to play now, Silverhawks. And she stepped out of bounds, and that's going to be Bearcat basketball. Shot clock has gone dark here.
That's my saying. I did steal it from the one, the only Bridger Cruz.
It's too bad he didn't get out here to commentate tonight.
Good matchups.
Yeah. As that ball's tipped, brought back over the timeline. Bearcats looking to do something. Weber with the ball. Over to Sheldon. 10 to shoot. And that is stolen away by the Silverhawks. And that will do it. As that three will go. 59-38. As some groans from the crowd. As the home team will fall to the Southwest Silverhawks. 59-38, your final score here in Kearney.
As now you can see us, 59-38. What a game.
It was a good game. Bearcats came out hot, but the Southwest Silverhawks, they're the number 2 team in the state for a reason.
Well, most certainly, they won the battle of the boards in tonight's contest. As a team, they had, let's see, 25 rebounds as a team. But then Eleanor Griffin, Emerson Wells, and Ansley Throner, all with 5 or more rebounds in tonight's contest.
Yeah, Southwest really just getting the ball around, everybody doing well on the boards, and they really showed why they're going to be a contender here coming in March for the state playoffs.
And districts coming up here, I believe it's next week?
Next week for
Next
girls.
week
Yep.
is districts, as they're going to move to 19-3, 6-3 on the road. Your Kearney High School Bearcats are going to drop to 12-10, still above 500, still looking for, might get a little bit lucky in that district hunt, try and get that 14 seed, try and host the first rounds of districts, which would really help because they feed off of the crowd here at Kearney High School.
Great turnout here tonight. So just got to hope there that they will finish the season strong in districts coming up here next week.
As you're watching the Bearcats Sports Network, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, in, I believe, 30 minutes, give or take, maybe 25. We have the boys game, the Kearney High Bearcats versus the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. We're going to cut our mics, change our camera, leave the stream going. As I'm Asher Salisbury, Hewitt Moyer, the rest of our Strive crew will be back in 25 minutes for boys tip-off.
Josie is the daughter of Chad and Dawn Murray. She plans to attend the University of Nebraska Lincoln and study Greek physical therapy. Josie Murray. Number 2, Paige Patla. study business and play football. Ladies and gentlemen, number 0, Carter Lee. Number 11, Asher Intor. Asher is the son of Dan and Sharon Intor. He plans to study pre-dentistry.
Woo!